Hey up everyone, Rich here at Only Vans. We're here at A&E Leisure in the heart of Cheshire, one of the Northwest's largest awning showrooms, and we're here to have a look at the 2023 Outdoor Revolution drive-away awning range. So I'm standing inside now the 2022 into 2023 Outdoor Revolution Cayman combo, and I have to tell you that this is probably my favourite awning that Outdoor Revolution do. So there's a couple of reasons that I'm going to give you just straight away, and then we'll move into the awning and we'll start having a good look around, and I'll tell you some other key features which means it's going to be absolutely perfect for you. So the reason why I love this awning so much is it's not as big and as bulky as its brother and sister, the T3E, the T4E for example. Pack size is quite a bit smaller. In this material here, it's also available in the PC, the polycotton version, but in this material the pack size is really small as well, which is absolutely massive for people that go campervanning. But I also love the fact that you can use it on whether you've got a left-hand door vehicle or a right-hand door vehicle, because essentially the awning looks the same on both sides. So you've got a beaked point at this side and that side, meaning that it looks the same both sides, so you can put it on either side of the camper and it'll look exactly the same. So if you've got Californias for example as well. Let's have a look inside. So here we are standing now in the middle of the Cayman Combo 2022. So we'll start off at that side and then we'll work our way around and we'll have a look at what it looks like from the other side. So you're standing in the channel now as if you're looking from the camper into the awning. Now the first thing that's going to jump out at you is this absolutely massive window here. So this window, you can have it either all the way down, halfway like it was before, or if you wanted to, you can have it all the way up, dependent on what it is exactly you're doing, whether it's night time, daytime, you want privacy or not. Just a quick walk around so that you can see the awning as it is when it's fully open, and then I'll do another quick walk around in a second when everything's fully closed. So now you can see, now that all the windows have been closed, you can see what it looks like if you were out, you've driven the van away and the awning was left standing on its own. So with the door, so you've got two options with the door, so that's it shut, but you've also got the mesh panel on the inside as well. So if you didn't want to have the awning, you didn't want to have the door wide open and you want to get a bit of fresh air, you can still have that fly screen in there. Just means for things like ventilation and all that sort of stuff, it's going to keep the awning at a really nice temperature as well. Now also here you can see once again they've got an absolutely massive window. So the see-through element on any awning is always the most expensive part. So that's why I always like to see things like big windows here, big windows behind me, but also I'll just show you through here, a big window just on the other side of the door and both sides of the door as well. So that's letting loads and loads of natural light in. And once again, you've got another massive window this side as well. So like I say, from this point pretty much down the middle, what's on that side is an exact mirror image of what is on that side. So like I said, left-hand vehicle, right-hand vehicle will be absolutely be fine for either. The great thing about the Outdoor Revolution awnings is it feels like everything is really well planned out. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So for example, you can get these roof tension poles here. That's for the people who like to make sure that they've got a super tight awning. The great thing about having a tight awning is it stops possible water pooling, which then puts extra pressure on your air beams as well. So in 3 points, you have little sleeves that you can put the tension poles in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 behind me, and then there's some on the same point over there as well. But also because you can put the roof tension poles in, they have these small bits of Velcro here. That's to help keep the tension poles in as well. And on my left hand side here, if you have a look, you've got Velcro panels, and that's because Outdoor Revolution have started doing now these like the light shades, and that's with the little Lumilink lights. They just fit in the top, and what they do is they just cast the light over rather than having that shining directly in your face as well. So a couple of things there which are amazing and things which are really, really well thought out, and I really like that. Those big windows at the front of the awning and that canopy. So there's one that side and then there's one more that side as well. Something as well that I always love is having a canopy on an awning, especially when it's raining and things like that, because ultimately if you've got an awning that just faces down, for example, you know, one of the problems which you have with that is that the rain just naturally wants to fall in to the awning, whereas like say when you've got a canopy, something like this, it just adds that extra bit of protection from keeping the rain on the door. But it also just means things like, you know, you can put your shoes just up outside the door and stuff like that, and you know they're not going to get wet without having to take wet shoes into the awning. Another thing that I love about the Outdoor Revolution awnings as well is there's so many bits and pieces that you can add on that you can use to make your awning be exactly how you want it to be. So for example, the Cayman here that we're looking at, I'm just trying to see if I can show you. So it's got a zip here, so that allows you to be able to put a zip-on porch door on. I'm going to show you one of them in a second because there's one on the back. So that's amazing as well. So that provides a sun canopy. If you wanted to, you can have a zip-on porch at the back and at the front, or you could have one at the back and you could have the sun canopy at the front. So there's loads of different options that you can have to sort of personalize it and make it yours. Now just look at how much extra room this zip-on porch door gives you. So you don't just have to get this on the combo, it is also available on the T4E and the T4E PC as well. But it's absolutely huge. Great thing about it as well is you can actually turn this into a bedroom as well. So you can get a clip-in cabin tent, and that converts this back part into a sort of two-man bed. So historically, you know, when you've been able to get the two-man clipping in a tent, and a lot of the Outdoor Revolution awnings that have been in the main body of the awning, they've always tended to take up, you know, quite a large portion of it. Whereas with this, it puts the two-man bedroom completely out of the way and still allows everyone to use the main body of the awning as well. And like we said, great thing again, there's another window behind here. So window there, a window behind you which you'll be able to see as you go around now, but also another large panel window here. Like I said, literally exactly the same as what it is the other side, but as the zip-in porch door goes on there, that provides you with two massive windows here as well. So if it was me, I think I'd put the pram in here. So this is where I would use a bit of extra space just to move all the clutter out of the main body of the awning. I've got to say, I absolutely love this Cayman combo, and hopefully you will have seen a couple of reasons as to why it is so good. So it's got a fully sewn in ground sheet. Nobody wants critters sneaking in. You also get this ground sheet here as well, which toggles in place. It all toggles in around the poles. I'll show you how it all connects after, but it is absolutely fantastic. Toggles for the clip-in bedroom windows are here and there, and then they come down the sides and up that side as well. So when you do turn it into a zip-on porch door, you can get privacy in those parts as well if you want. And it just zips in at the top here like we saw before. So here's your zip there, and then once again you've got some more toggles on the outside which clip on there. That zip-on door probably not far off doubles your indoor living space on the combo. So if you want a bit of extra space but don't want to have to carry around something that's much bigger, it is an absolute necessity. So list of accessories for the Cayman combo then that you'll definitely want to look into is, the first one will be the zip-on porch door. Like I said, it makes an absolutely massive difference in terms of how much space that you've got, so I definitely recommend looking at that. The Jura Tread carpet as well. I would always recommend getting a carpet with an awning, because it's just so much easier at the end of your trip, just wrapping it up, throwing it in a washing machine, and away you go. And if you didn't want to put a zip-on porch door at the front, you can get a canopy which comes out, which is absolutely brilliant as well. So I'll put a picture of that on so you can see what that looks like as well. But like I said, for me, I think that is probably, in my opinion, that is my absolute favourite awning at the moment. These Outdoor Revolution lanterns, along with these little Lumi lights as well. Great thing about these is that they plug in by USB. So they just go straight into USB and away you go. Simple as that. These roof tension poles, they make an absolutely massive difference in terms of how tight your awning is. Definitely worth looking at. And these Lumi Link lights, which attach to those little Velcro parts there. This is a different awning, I appreciate that, but I just want to show you what a massive difference those Lumi Link lights make. So this is lights off, and that is lights on. Makes a massive, massive, massive difference. Also with a varying level of dim. Right the way up to its maximum, which is probably a bit too bright for my eyes.